Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Tuesday, July 24th, 2012. Well, the big flood that caused about 37 deaths in Beijing yesterday is leaving a very angry public. 9 million posters posted messages of outrage on a popular microblog in Beijing, expressing their fury at the absence of any official government warnings about the flood. They were also very upset about the city's outdated drainage system to cope with the downpours on Saturday. One user said if the drainage system had been good, if the warning system had been put in place in a timely manner, if people had been told to stay home, so many people would not have lost their lives. Another poster said Chinese cities, this actually was from the Global Times newspaper published in Beijing, Chinese cities are apparently unpracticed in facing disasters such as Saturday's torrential downpour. It went on to say if so much chaos can be triggered in Beijing, the capital of the country, problems in urban infrastructure in so many other places can only be much worse. That's for sure. Further to the south, the Hong Kong stock market and offices are expected to open later today after they had been closed because of a tropical cyclone warning. The city had been battered by a severe typhoon last evening. Typhoon Vincente's gale force winds weakened and began to move away from the territory earlier today. Driving rain and 140-kilometer-per-hour winds had grounded flights and shut down the port. Authorities issued a number 10 tropical warning cyclone signal, which is the most severe warning that can be given. Just for example, when a number 8 signal is given, financial markets, schools, and businesses, as well as non-essential government offices, are closed. You may recall that last May, the USS Miami, a nuclear submarine in the Portsmouth Navy Yard in New Hampshire, was undergoing retrofitting when a very costly and stubborn fire broke out, causing about $400 million in damages. The Navy has still not said whether or not they're going to repair the ship. It likely is going to be a total loss. At the time, nobody knew what caused the fire. Now we do know. Apparently the fire was caused by a civilian laborer who was trying to get off work. Apparently the gentleman's name is Casey James Fury, 25 years old. He was taking medications for anxiety and depression and told investigators that he set the fire so he could get out of work. That's a $1.6 billion submarine up in smoke. The big French reinsurer SCOR, located in Paris, has written 462 million euros of summer renewal premium. This is about 559 million US. It's a 24% increase from what they did at this time last year. They only saw an average premium price increase of about 3%, but because of the condition of their capitalization, they were able to write more. Also, news that Catlin UK, in their American operations, has appointed Andrew McMillan as Chief Executive Officer. He's going to be replacing Richard Banas, who's going to continue as a member of the Group Executive Committee. Earlier today, Britain announced that they're going to deploy 1,200 more troops to protect Olympic venues. This is after that key security contractor has failed to provide enough security forces. The company G4S has been in hot water now for about 2 weeks. 18,200 British military personnel will be guarding the games. There are 9,500 British troops in Afghanistan. Last week in London, the CEO of G4S, Nick Buckles, made a groveling apology in front of a committee in the House of Parliament. The Prime Minister David Cameron has said that after the Olympic Games are over, the government is, quote, going to, quote, go after G4S. In Spain, hundreds of firefighters continue to fight a very stubborn wind-fueled wildfire in the northeastern part of the country. It's already killed 4 people. The Spanish authorities are saying that at this stage we cannot say when it will be possible to control the fire. Some pretty dramatic information came to light on this yesterday. The fire had been caused by a cigarette butt probably, but two of the victims were a Frenchman and his 15-year-old daughter, who died on Sunday after abandoning their car and throwing themselves off a cliff into the sea to escape the approaching flames. They did not land in the sea, unfortunately, but on a rocky outcrop. Here's some hopeful signals for the economy. Municipal bond insurance is pretty difficult to find these days because the municipal bond insurers have largely stopped writing or gone out of business. Well, a new municipal bond insurer has been licensed and is coming into the market. It's called Build America Mutual Assurance Company. It has a AA rating from Standard & Poor's. It's going to set itself apart as the industry's first mutual insurance company for municipal bonds. This enables insurance buyers, people who issue the bonds, such as cities, states, and local government borrowers, to become owners over time. The chairman of the board said instead of having stockholders, our policyholders will be our owners. It was fueled mainly with a $600 million injection of capital from White Mountains, which is the insurance group based down in Bermuda. That could be a very good sign. If they're expecting more municipal bonds to be issued and more buyers to be found who would be interested in buying muni bonds that have insurance behind them, that could be a signal that someone at least thinks that the market is going to improve. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.